Hey guys, this is William with another video for Play-agricola.com's YouTube channel and twitch.tv/play_agricola. Playing an EGIK WM France deck G456 game with Ray Krebs, jerryblr, and Scholar. And looking at this first pile, Coal Investor is decent, but it's not really close to Circus Manager, and nothing else in this pack is really coming close to first pickable. Project Servant is interesting, but I'm sure Project Servant, Coal Investor are gone, and then the rest of these are not that good. But Circus Manager is pretty strong, so you know I'll probably see some better cards in my next next pile. So Hedgemaster is quite good. Lorelocren. Hedgemaster is quite good. So I think that's the pick here over Reformer. The rest of these are not great. So yeah, probably should not plan on playing all that many occupations this game. Even Circus Manager might be questionable. Just looking at my first two piles and seeing the quality of card there. Show us the Village Head. Yeah, Village Head would be great. Would be great. Right, Ray Krebs is drafting. Good. All right, let's go. Let's go. Well, surf vineyard labor together is a thing. Getting grain wood food whenever you sow is decent, but it seems unlikely that I'm getting both those cards. Cattle Dealer is probably the best card in a vacuum. Yeah. Yeah. Cattle Dealer is enough better than Surf and Vineyard Labor that it's not worth even hoping for the interaction. I mean, Weedler plus Circus Manager is a thing, but how many times do I actually want to take traveling players? And it's not that many times. Yeah. Forward Aqua would be nice here. I guess. Something like Magician would be good. Maybe something that cares about cattle. Milking Hand, but I'm probably not getting Milking Hand fourth. So Barnmaster Cattle Dealer is quite awkward because Barnmaster I can't really do small pastures unless I have a lot of animals. Farmer Hedge Master is a thing. But how many times do I actually want to fence? Like most of the time it's just one time, right? Yeah, the issue with Barnmaster is I need 12 animals before it's 4 stables, or 8 animals before it's 3 stables. I mean, 3 stables is doable. 3 stables is definitely doable with Cattle Dealer. I should be able to get 4 cattle and then 2 boar, 2 sheep. So maybe Barnmaster as a 3-point occupation is my best play here compared to Farmer. Farmer would be better if I got something like pelts, mini pasture, that sort of thing, but yeah, Barnmaster is fine. There's Dairy Crier, so Dairy Crier helps me get my animal count, so seems fine. Nail Basket, yeah, something like Nail Basket maybe. The problem is Cattle Dealer puts a pretty strict requirement on how you fence, right? So incidental fencing is much less good with Cattle Dealer. There was Real Estate Agent out there, so I mean, I could do something with Real Estate Agent. Resize my pastures. Yeah, Master Builder's unlikely to be playable here. I don't have that many early game occupations, so Master of None is probably okay here. Yeah, Master of None over Understudy. I really don't have any early game cards, so Master of None looks fine. Cattle Dealer I can play in round 4 or whatever, but it's not like I'm especially hoping to get it out then. This would be a better farm school graduate hand than a circus manager hand. So the hope is that we have major, minor, and plow. Or not plow, major, minor, and fences in the first 2 rounds. So that I can play Master of None in round 2 with Circus Manager. Because I can't risk letting traveling players go to 3 in round 3, because then I might not be able to use my last action. Someone will take it before me. Oh man! This draft is taking a little while. Okay, yeah, Weedler's fine. So play Weedler round 2, Master of None round 4. Seems okay. Early Riser is okay when I know that I'm going to try to feed with animals. Like with Cattle Dealer, Dairy Crier, it's obvious that I'm going to feed with animals. So then Early Riser is okay. So Weedler's like 6 food. Less than, well, I'd probably take Reedstone food once or twice, so Weedler is probably like 6 or 7 food for this hand over time. Early Riser gives the sheep right away, which is useful if I build a fireplace. I'll take Weedler. It fits into the occupation sequence better than Early Riser, I think. So Oyster Recipe looks playable with Weedler and Barnmaster. Otherwise, does Children's Playground Barnmaster work together? One stable at no cost in each of my pastures that cannot contain any more animals than it does. So, yeah, it looks like I get to build a free stable in the Children's Playground, even without having enough animals to fit in it. Right? I think I'm reading that right. It cannot contain animals, and it cannot contain any more than it does. So 0 is not better than more than 0. So yeah, I think that works, right? And it's not like there's anything else really worth taking over it here. Oak Cask, Oyster Recipe, Stone Kitchen, meh. I think that seems like it works. So Barnmaster gets to build a free stable wherever the children's playground is. It's funny that the children play in a fenced pasture. That is a little odd, right? That the playground equipment has to be in a pasture, that it can't just be, out and about. Maybe they're at risk of, it's a way to keep them separate so they don't, get run over by a plow or something. Aren't most playgrounds fenced? Yeah, but we're talking about, this is like the 1500s or whatever, right? Where I think you're not so worried about, random vandals coming. Borrowed plow looks pretty good here. Didn't see a lot of plow help. I don't have a lot of plow help myself. Borrowed plow looks fine. Over plum patch and shipyard and cookpot. I mean, heavy cart is good. If I could pull off fencing early, but it's really not worth fencing early with cattle dealer. I think I just take borrowed plow. Protection from wolves. Right, I guess. But like, if they don't have a playground, it's not like the children are being kept inside. I think they'd be afraid of wolves coming after their sheep, right? And coming after their flocks. I don't think they're so worried about wolves coming after the children. Are they? Those wolves didn't give you incidental born grain. No? Is it just me, or are drafts taking forever these days? I remember doing a draft with Nathan, and the draft took 18 minutes. And that was enough for the two of the players to be like, we're not playing this game, it's too slow. And they left without giving us a chance to respond. And I was like, what? Like, that's, yeah, we were a little slow, but it wasn't like unreasonably so. Okay. Allegory looks good with Barnmaster. Hayrake is some plow help. Parforce Hunting is okay. I think, though, I'm taking Carpet or Backyard Well. Carpet plus Dairy Crier looks good. Backyard Well is just a generally good card. I guess I'm taking Carpet with Dairy Crier. Okay. Paddock is good with Hedgemaster, but it's not really good with Cattle Dealer. Whenever you fence a new pasture that covers at least 3 farmyard spaces. So, can you subdivide existing spaces? So if I fence 10 and then come back and fence 3 with paddocks, does that work? Subdivide existing spaces. I think I don't need to worry about it too much. I could just take Artist Garden for sure. Yeah. Woodcart's not bad either. Simple Fireplace is okay even for makes the getting the hearth quite easy. Artist Garden though is a very solid card. Free point. Woodcart. No, I don't really want Woodcart there. With Carpet, this looks like a pretty straightforward build one room. So watering can is a follow up to Artist Garden. Oyster Recipe. Don't think I want Changing Plans. Oak Cask is an okay cheap early improvement, and I don't have very many of them, so I think I'd take Oak Cask here. Although Oyster Recipe is a thing. You know what? Oyster Recipe gives me, like, if it gets me 1 cattle, it gives me as much food as Oak Cask does. Could forget about Barnmaster. No, I don't think that's right. Another free point from Shipyard. So now, with Shipyard and Oyster Recipe, now I'd actually think about Woodcart. The problem with Woodcart is this seems like a game where I don't want to build the 4th room. I want to fence 15 as early as possible. Parforce Hunting? Sure. This is a game where I want to fence 15 as soon as, and have Cattle Dealer activate as soon as possible. Because after I fence 15, I can also play Dairy Crier, and I want to set up my Carpet for, round 12 start players so that I can get Family Growth and Plow Sow in, hopefully in 12 and 13. Alright, I get Occupation here. Go ahead and play Circus Manager. The number of 3 farmyard space pastures must increase. Yeah. Yeah, I think it works. I think subdividing works. Is that in the France compendium? I think it works. I haven't updated this in a while also. Fence more than one. Number of 3 must increase. Yeah, I think it would have worked. I think paddocks plus fence 10 works. Not 4. 5 is right out. Oh, you guys can't see par force hunting. Whoa! Yellinger! Thanks for the Prime sub. Welcome. Hope you're enjoying the content and glad to have you as a sub. And congratulations on family growthing. Permaculturist for Ray Krebs. Could have some interesting stuff. 2 clay with major coming out here is fine. I'm happy for the fireplace or the hearth. Thank you for the stream. You are most welcome. jerryblr start player, hay rake. So yeah, second action. Start player, or traveling players. Weedler, first move, 2 reed would be great. Otherwise, 3 wood. Yeah, 2 reed stone food, or 3 would be ideal. I'm not guaranteed one of those 3 though. Probably Ock gets taken, but it's possible that that's not the case. Yeah, to me, round 1 permaculturist means Ray Krebs is playing another Ock. Some Ock that gives grain, right? That's my guess. But no, taking 2 reed. Okay. Bargaining baker for scholar. There were a couple baking upgrades, but they weren't ovens. Like there was baker's kitchen, I think, which is not an oven. And then there was something else. There was stone kitchen, which is not an oven, but it is a baking improvement. There were a couple bargaining baker cards. There was simple fireplace. Ray Krebs has got vineyard labor. Alright, so here's the question. Can you sow wood and food as if it were grain? You may sow grain on unused farmyard spaces. Yeah, I guess it works. As if it were grain, and this says you can sow grain on unused farmyard spaces. Yeah, that seems like it works. Also, I could play Master None there. We've got both these actions out already. Okay, I really need to get some read at some point. Could start player oyster recipe. Could also start player Parforce hunting, second move. To get 2 read. Yeah, start player Parforce hunting or oyster recipe. Looks fine. The other thing I could do is I could build the fireplace with my second move. Since I want to upgrade it to a hearth eventually, I don't really have much other use for clay. And I definitely want a hearth at some... Like, I need a hearth at some point. So, it's the decision I can make. Is do I want to start player to kind of guarantee myself 2 read? I guess another question is anybody else taking 2 read? Scholar wants a wood action, which Scholar probably takes right now, takes 3 wood. Ray Krebs wants wood actions and sow actions. And jerryblr wants reedstone food. Will take 2 read, but I don't think jerryblr is start playering into 2 read. So I think I'll just build the fireplace here. Try to be as patient as I can. Because it's very unlikely that I get to build the first room with Scholar already having the parts. So if I'm not building the first room, I should plan to play Master of None next round, which means I can take the 2 read first move, second move, 2 food traveling players. Yeah, Ray Krebs I'm pretty sure will sow each of the next two actions. Or each of the next 2 rounds. No, Ray Krebs day laboring. I guess that's how much food he needs. How does real estate agent work with permaculturist? Great question. Let's look at the text on real estate agent. You may rearrange your rooms, stables, fences, and fields into a new legal configuration. Yeah, it looks like you can move the grain fields around. Scholar's playing coal investor here. Which means I get to build the first room. Okay, I won't say no to that. It does make it a little bit more likely that my traveling players gets taken, but like, it would be nice to have played Master of None first, because then I get the food on build room. But it's not nice enough to have me forego on building. Ray seems to be playing a pain game. Yeah. Certainly Ray is doing some unusual stuff. We have round 4, first occupation, conservator for jerryblr. Wow. Also, sowing 4 wood here is fun. Very fun. Let's see what the round 5 card is. It's family growth. Beautiful. Ray's combo doesn't work. Those are unused spaces. I think we had this conversation not that long ago, and I think we fell down on the side that the permaculturist spaces are used. I know you're sewing them onto unused spaces, but I don't think they are still unused. I think we had this conversation not that long ago. Oh, it's even in the compendium. I assume that's from the compendium. Oh, I don't have to family growth yet. But I kind of want to, because I want to second action traveling players. I don't want to let it get up any higher. So par force. Oh, I can't even play par force hunting. Yeah, I'll play oyster recipe. Sure. Yeah, I can tell. Well, the way that you wrote it is obviously from the compendium. Yeah, and that it came up recently, and we pulled that line out. I'm pretty sure it was one of those cases where there was a debate, and it's like, wait, before we have this debate, let's look at the compendium, and the answer was there. Okay, good. I get traveling players back because there's no way Scholar takes 3 food when there's five food from the cooking hearth available. So take this. Play Master of None. All right, 2 food on build room. Stone on major minor. Grain on plow. Boar on fences. Yep. And I get a food from Weedler. So yeah, definitely going back to the build a room space, getting family growth in round 5. And especially because there's 2 food on build room, I'm absolutely going back to the build room space as soon as possible. jerryblr plays officer. jerryblr, I hope jerryblr builds the room first. Because with round 5 family growth, I think you have to grow before renovating to stone. Right? You'd have to have some other really good Stonehouse cards to have it be worthwhile skipping building the wood room here, I think. Yes, especially because you get to build into grow in 7. Since Ray Krebs did not start player there. So 6 clay, 2 reed, 4 wood. I like all of those. I will take the wood first move, since the reed likely wheels. Looks like Ray Krebs is trying to pull off double build. So I could take Reedstone food twice. And that's the earliest way that I get to build. Sheep seam uncontested. I guess the simple fireplace was just built by Scholar. Yeah, it's possible Scholar takes the sheep. But I'm going to read stone food plus a food here. I could have taken wood, and then if jerryblr also takes wood, then Ray Krebs' double build next round is blocked. But I think probably what's happening is Ray Krebs is hoping to wait until round 8 after they've harvested their 4 wood, and in order to do another sow. Something is wrong this game if I don't max cattle. I might not max cattle. I might end up with 4 cattle, right? Because 2 cattle is 8 food for 1 point. And if you compare that to other sources of food, the trade-off is not as pronounced. Could start player here. I'm second already though, so I don't feel too strong a need to start player. I could take the sheep. Take 3 wood. Keep taking wood. Yeah, continuing to take wood is probably smart. If Scholar first move takes the 4 sheep, I'm a little sad, but I guess he could do it with his second move too, but I'm pretty sure he's lining up for Reno plus the clay oven. So I'm not too concerned. Scholar takes Reedstone food. That's kind of protecting build for Ray Krebs. I don't love that move. Take the sheep here. I could build the well this round. I could give up on building again. I mean, I could fence. I could set up fencing with cattle dealer because I do need a bunch of I need read for the cattle dealer as well. Now with early family growth, it's very difficult. Like especially if family growth even without room flips in 13, then slow playing, like not building a 4th room is probably a mistake. But if it flips in 12, I should be able to carpet grow then. We'll see. Two clay for Ray Krebs. That's weird. Yeah, I think Ray Krebs is really hoping to get to double build in 8. So I think what I'm looking at is 1 read into build. I think I 1 read into build if Ray Krebs is trying to be that greedy. Reedstone food blocks jerryblr from Reno to stone this round. That's true. Yep. Yeah, jerryblr would have rather Reedstone food and Reno and then grow in 8. Or sorry, Reedstone food and grow and then Reno in 8. The problem with the 1 read move is if the problem with 1 read is of course if Ray Krebs just builds, right? I guess what I can do is let Ray Krebs build and then decide if I want to take 1 read after, because I do have turn priority so long as jerryblr doesn't start player, and jerryblr is going to family growth, so I could do a holding move here like plow getting a grain. That's a purely holding move. Wait to see what happens. Let's see if Ray Krebs double builds. The other thing Ray Krebs could do is start player. Ray Krebs could start player here. No, double builds. Makes sense. Yeah, it makes sense. So I'll do a read action into build next round. I can play Cattle Dealer. I think I'm still going to try to get back to the build room space. I think that there's value for me in doing that. I could start player into 2 read. Start player par force hunting to get both the boar. Scholar's got head of the family. Interesting. So Scholar could do a clay action, and a read action, and a build action next round. Wonder if Scholar has clay hut extension. Wonder if this is clay hut extension. One, two, three, four. 5, 6, 7. Feed 6. Scholar stealing my spot with the coal investor. Yeah. And you know what? He did point it out right away, so I appreciate that. He did say, oh, I'm in the wrong corner. Whatever. It's fine. Scholar says, interesting that you let Jerry have Reedstone food with officer coming. Jerry is starving. Jerry is starving. I don't know how Jerry's going to afford to pay for the officer next round. Looks to me like Jerry is starving. I'm going to build here. It gives me the option of last action occupation or last action start player. Does Wheedler get activated? Receive food from an action space. You receive the goods on it. Is it from the action space? I don't know. The food is from Minok, but it's definitely on the space. I guess I can look at, does Wheedler trigger off of like stone woodworker, for example. If Wheedler triggers off of woodworker, then we're good. Activated. Is activated when you use an action space. Like, yes, I do get a food. It works for foreman, so yes, officially. Best Wheedler ever? Yeah, apparently. Is it possible jerryblr start players to get the 2 sheep? If he does that, then Ray Krebs gets to grow in front of me next round. But playing around that feels pretty bad. I think I'm just going to play another Awk here. Yeah, I think I have to hope that jerryblr does not start player here. And instead sets up their feeding. Or if they really need food, they could take one vegetable. Start player into one sheep seems bad when you're second. Because he's gonna get the sheep anyways, right? I have to grow. I have to first action grow. Oh, Jerry's got shepherd boy. Okay, that helps. That definitely helps his feeding. It's basically one with it pays for officer and then gives one food per round. So yeah, he takes 2 sheep with his first move. And then he needs 1 more food action after that. Yeah, like jerryblr got to grow in 7-8, but I'm growing 5-9, so I think it's okay. I'm not so concerned. I have a better setup than jerryblr does. I like my ongoing game more than jerryblr. Scholar plays animal welfarist. Wow, head of the family animal welfarist. Awesome. Artist garden or shipyard here. Artist garden? Doesn't look like, since I built the 4th room, I probably don't have the wood for shipyard to ever have an effect, so. But artist garden definitely will at some point. Scholar's boarding school seems late and awkward. It depends on what the Ox it's going to play are, right? It is a little awkward. But it's still a very good card. Ray Krebs boarding school, yeah. I'm just happy boarding school isn't in the same hand as head of the family. That would have been disastrous. So he's got 5 food. He still needs 1 more. So he still needs another food action. So like 3 food or boar, cattle, or vegetables. So I'm not so worried about jerryblr. Jerryblr is quite hungry. Jerryblr is quite hungry. So I need to get fencing. So yeah, I need to take wood. Lots and lots of wood. And 4 clay is okay because I don't have any other uses for clay, and that's enough clay for my clay reno. But hoping to get 6 clay would let me build the pottery, for example, or a stone oven. So I think I won't settle for 4 clay unless I think these guys are grabbing it. But jerryblr is not really interested in clay. Already has a hearth and is past clay house. Ray Krebs might take the clay. Is interested in clay. Scholar doesn't look like Scholar needs the clay. I was playing farmer with welfarist. Interesting. What if there's a chance that 3 wood would go to 6, and I should have taken the other 3 wood action? I guess the other players have multiple moves after I'm done, so it's not like I would get it anyways. Yeah, jerryblr immediately taking wood. Yeah, if I could have some fencing done by the start of round 11, that would be quite good. Because that would let me keep the sheep, hold the incoming boar. It's probably not worth it. Probably not worth it. Scholar plays Bakehouse. Bakehouse is good. Did he save a stone? It's not an oven, so you have to pay 3 stone. Just one room space. You could all three. No, because boarding school can only activate once. So you would get to double grow, but yeah, you would need more than one room space. 4 wood, plow, vegetable. The well is still available, but I guess I'll grab the clay here, since the other clay did get taken by Ray Krebs. I'm gonna want it eventually, so it's fine to take here. Feed 7. jerryblr's got indentured servant. All right, that's good. More food. Yep, jerryblr's got a nice game. Nice game. Just 4, but you can get growth without room whenever it comes out. Exactly. Yeah. So, 4 wood first action, definitely, if it's there. Ray Krebs got the well. Yeah, Ray Krebs is having a nice game. Very nice game. Has more wood than me going into round 10 in a very similar farm layout. Fewer actions, though, but catches up on that pretty quick with family growth in 10 and 11, presumably. I wonder if Scholar's going to first move 2 read next round. I wonder if that's what Scholar's looking at. First move 2 read is taking 1 read, actually. So next round their sequence is build, fence, grow. Activate animal welfarist. So that means I get 4 wood, so I'm happy about that. And then probably I can take a reedstone food action to get my second read for an eventual Hedgemaster play. Considering there's a boar on fence, I don't need to fence 15 when I play Hedgemaster. Fencing 10 with Hedgemaster would be good enough because I can go back and fill in the rest later and get a second point and get the boar. That would be fine. Reedstone food plus a food here. Get my second read. I think I can Hedgemaster this round. Yeah, the problem with Hedgemastering this round is then I'm not fencing 15. Right? Because if I Hedgemaster this round, I'm fencing 8, and then the next time I fence, I'm covering. I want to make another 3-space pasture plus make some more smaller pastures. Actually, that would work, I guess. Yeah, then I have 4 pastures. It's still fencing 15. Yeah, that does work, actually. I like that. Hedgemaster fence 8. It doesn't let me hold the incoming boar, but that's okay. I mean, it seems like I'm going to run out of stuff to do this round anyways, so. Fencing Fencing 13 is a lot better with carpet. It's a lot better with carpet. I think maybe I should wait one more round, maybe. And take 5. I can take 5 wood next round. But you're right that I am running out of stuff to do. I am running out of stuff to do here. Like I can reno, hearth upgrade, and then what else? Not much else, right? Yeah, I guess the board is quite weak. Aside from the 2 boar. Yeah, I think fencing here is fine. Barnmaster for 3 or 4. If I could pull off Barnmaster for 4, that'd be great. But it might only be 3. Pay wood? Oh yeah, I should pay the wood. Thank you. Yeah, so you guys you were saying something's wrong if I don't get 6 cattle. So the reason that 6 cattle is not actually that important compared to 4 cattle is because the 2 extra cattle represents 8 food, and if you compare, so that's 8 food for 1 point. Compare that to sheep. If you go from 4 to 8 sheep, that's also 8 food, but it's a 2-point difference. So you'd much rather have 6 sheep, 4 cattle, and you'd much rather have 8 sheep, 4 cattle than 6 cattle, 4 sheep, so long as you have the capacity to hold all of them. But even if you don't have the capacity to hold all of them, you'd rather have 6 sheep, 4 cattle, right? Because then you have more total food. So that's what I was talking about there. Fence got taken again. So there is 2 cattle on the table. I'm going to keep this sheep. I have to pay a food to get this boar, right? Is it 1 food or 2 food for par force hunting? 1 food to get this boar. So the boar is net plus FF. F for O and eat it. And I'm just going to take 3 wood with my first move. I'd rather have 6 cattle, 8 sheep, but that's just you. Are our kappas golden today? They're not golden today. Too bad. This round might just be 2 wood. No, fence is gone, so I can't even fence. I was thinking I could play Derek Cryer this round, but no. Golden Cabbages, they were nice where they lasted. Yeah, I guess getting family growth in 12 is not as important since I have 4 family members. It's fine for me just to start player to get a plow sow action. And I have borrowed plow, so start player borrowed plow looks pretty great. Two reedstone food actions would be good. So I remember I get 1 stone from major minor. I have 1 stone for major minor, so CD. Oh, get the reed for cattle dealer. I see what you're saying. Yeah, 1 reed for cattle dealer. Yeah, we'll see. jerryblr plays understudy. Understudy here is kind of weird. So planning to understudy the plow sow action, I guess. I think I'm taking 2 wood. I think I am at that place where 2 wood is needed. Because this game is kind of just a race for who can get their fencing done earliest. So I fenced 8, so I need another one. I need 1 more 2 wood action if I don't play Children's Playground. But I need a wood for borrowed plow too. Yeah, so I still need more wood. I need 4 more wood ideally. 2 to fence 15, and then 1 Children's Playground, 1 borrowed plow. If the 2 cattle are still there, I'll take the 2 cattle next, I guess. Although start player is a thing, I could definitely start player. Start player shipyard. Oh, jerryblr wants to understudy what? I'm confused. Probably doesn't work. What doesn't work? Oh, I think he wants to understudy combo understudy plus hayrake. Heavy plow here is great for Scholar. Yeah, Scholar's got a really nice game going. Really nice. I'll take the 2 cattle just to keep him away from Scholar. Oh, 2 cattle, I guess. Yeah, understudy can't use actions that are occupied by other people. Ray Krebs playing woodcart. Late woodcart, Ray Krebs. I think I just major minor to play an improvement here. Play shipyard, I guess. Sure. Yeah. Other thing I could do is take a vegetable so that I take better advantage of any sow bake actions or plow sow actions. Yeah, I guess the vegetable is a bit better. Sure. Take a veg. Feed 8. Breed my cattle. I need the vegetable eventually anyways, so... Yeah, if I could get 2 plow sow actions, I'm in a great spot with Artist Garden. But if I only get 1 plow sow action, then I'm struggling a little bit. Especially with Mr. Heavy Plow over here. At least he doesn't have that much more wood. But that's the thing, we're all competing for the same actions. We all want plow sow, we all want wood. We're all competing for the same moves. So understudy says exactly one of your family members. It doesn't allow for other people's family members to be there. Like, you can't use an action space unblockably and then go back there. Plow sow taking over family growth, which is not all that surprising, actually. But it is still funny that that's the game we're playing here. 3 wood first move. Yeah, because the wood is not going to make it back around. Yeah, I might do 3 wood, 2 wood this round. Understudy needs a nerf. Yeah, obviously. 3 wood, 2 wood, fence, dairy crier, maybe. And then round 13 would be start player carpet into something else, or start player barred plow into something else. I guess I'm 1 sheep short of playing carpet next round. jerryblr fences. Okay, so that means I need to fence in 13. I'm hoping to fence 13 and play dairy crier afterwards. So start player into plow sow looks great. Start player borrowed plow into plow sow. The problem with playing borrowed plow here is it basically guarantees that jerryblr will start player borrowed plow. So I kind of want to hold on to it. So I don't have to start player borrowed plow. I can hold on to it for the end of the game. Unless I think I'm going to get plow sow. Or unless I think I'm going to get a sow bake action in 14. Is this 2-win Tuesday? No, not today. This is my first game, so I started way too late. I'm going to do 2-win Thursday this week. Yep. That's right. Two, 4, 601 is quite good. Yep. 6 points and gets unblockable access to family growth. I guess I'm supposed to just family growth, eh? Over plow sow. Who needs carpet when growing to 5 just falls into your lap like this? Yeah, that's the downside of the 4th room, is that it made my fencing so much slower. But in this game, carpet wasn't really that important because of how easily everybody family growthed. Start player is wheeling too. I'm going to be able to start player into plow sow, which is ridiculous. Raised board is crazy. Yeah, with all this planted food. It is. I agree. So I have 8, so I have 16 wood, so I have enough to not play Children's Playground, but to play Borrowed Plow. Should be good enough. Should be good enough. I get my 2 boar, 1 from fencing, 1 from Power Force hunting, so I end with 3 boar, so that's good. Could take reed. Could take 3 reed here, and then take stone later. There is the Basket Maker's Workshop available still, so 3 reed, even if I don't reno, is BMW plus 1 more cattle dealer proc. Looks fine. I could also sow with Artist Garden. That'd be the other thing to do here, is sow with Artist Garden, but to get 1 extra vegetable. But I think my goal is plow sow, to plow sow twice in a row. I'm a bit surprised jerryblr ignored family growth so much. He's only got 3 family members. Maybe he figures he gets it unblockably. He lets Scholar and I grow this round. Ray Krebs goes. He has unblockable access to it in 13 and 14. Yeah, I guess there's not that much need to do so. He gets the last action family growth in 13 and 14, which is great. Great spot to be in. jerryblr plays Paddocks. Yeah. If I'd had Paddocks, I wouldn't have been able to fence 8, so I don't know. There's upsides and downsides to it. Getting animals blocking my fencing helps. Yes. Yeah, keeping me away from fencing is helpful for them. So Reno count. jerryblr can't Reno. Ray Krebs is obviously able to Reno. Scholar probably goes for a stone and a reedstone food action next round, I would think. Let's see the ox that Ray Krebs plays. Can't fence like that, but it's functionally the same. Oh yeah, this fence should be down there. You're right. But yeah, it doesn't really make a difference. Stop. Tutor? That's funny. Latest tutor ever. Tutor and homemaker. Alright, so Ray Krebs might first action fence, which is a problem for me. If he does, it's a big problem for me. If fence is there, I'll fence next move. If it's not there, start player borrowed plow. Ray Krebs grabs the stone. Interesting. Interesting. I'm interested to see what Scholar takes. All the fencing cards were spread out. Yes. Yes, I would have loved Homemaker. We get defense or start player. We get one of the two. Yeah. Let's see what Scholar does. Scholar could start player, could plow. Both are viable, I think. Scholar plows. Alright, so I get defense here. So that's good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Pay a reed for another 2 cattle. And I guess one of them goes over here. And I get a point. Oh, and I get the boar. And I get a boar as well, yeah. So Dairy Crier doesn't do that much at this point. It kind of just gives animals to my opponents. So probably it's better just to take 4 sheep if they are there. You're right, I got up to 6 cattle. I did get up to 6 cattle. Ray Krebs building the stone oven here, sure. Oh, maybe he needed the food. Yeah, he might have really needed the food, actually. Yeah, I would take 4 sheep over. Yes, definitely. So the nice thing about Borrowed Plow now is that jerryblr can't play it this round. So I'm going to eat a cattle. So I get net plus F, and then a wood goes to scholar. The sheep are gone now. That's worth mentioning. The sheep are gone. I'm going to be the master of barns. I hope so. I hope so. I could take a grain. Grain is worth some points here. And then last move, Dairy Crier. Yeah. Unless I want to take stone. No, there's no stone available. Yeah, stone for Reno, I was thinking, but no. I'm fine with just building the BMW, honestly. It's a 2-point action. I think, yeah, take a grain here. And then traveling players. Could take wood to enable 2-point action of Children's Playground, but I'd rather let jerryblr play Borrowed Plow, and then I can respond by Children's Playgrounding. Does Shipyard give me any points for my first wood? Is that worth anything? Yeah, my first wood is not worth anything on Shipyard. Is Crier worth it? Yeah, Crier's worth it at this point because I don't get. It's 4 sheep and a bunch of food. Yep, I think I need the food. It's gonna be. I don't get my 4th Barnmaster stable without it. Put it that way. Without Dairy Crier, I don't get the 4th Barnmaster stable. Then breed, and then I eat another cattle, feed 10. And then I pay a food for a boar at the start of the round. Scholar takes food. Ray Krebs takes the sheep. jerryblr will obviously take the sheep. And now, especially with me laying out my animals like this, it's pretty obvious that I have, like, it's an extra reminder that I have Barnmaster. Artist a vegetable. Could artist a grain, but artisting a vegetable is fine. Oh no, actually artisting the vegetable is way better. Yeah, because I max grain. Awesome. Yeah, this ended up being quite a nice farm. Yeah, I forgot how good taking that 1 grain was. It was a 2-point move. Quite nice. Pluso 2 stone wood Reno Barnmaster. You take 2 stones so that I can, and wood so that I can play Children's Playground. Is that much better than building the BMW? I don't think it's much better. But I might not have that many points, so it might be correct to do. The wood move would be bad. Well, the wood would be a 2-point move if I'm gonna reno. So okay, two stone is 2 points, right? It's probably more than 2 points because of carpet. Actually, it's probably more than 2 points with carpet. No, 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 no. I can't minus any animals. I can't play carpet because of Barnmaster. So it's not good to do that. Well, so the the 2 stone move is a 2-point move. It just changes what my action is from major minor to reno. And then taking wood lets me play children's playground. No, children's playground is not good at this unless I eat all my sheep. I guess children's playground is fine if I eat all my sheep. But I don't really want to eat all my sheep. Ray will reno fence. Yeah, Ray will reno fence. I agree with that. The question is children's playground worth playing, right? Because children's playground takes away an animal point. We can Barnmaster before reno and then reno carpet. I have 4 moves. One of them's got to be stone. One of them's got to be Ock. I have 2 moves to play with. So one would be reno. Then I'd have a free move. That free move could be taking wood. And that would be fine. And then I could children's playground. That would be fine. It'd be a 2-point move. I guess the other thing is to look at is how do I feed, right? Cattle and a sheep is 6 food, plus 3 food on the table, plus 1 food from traveling players. Okay, so I want to keep all my animals as they are, and then breed the extra point for the boar. So children's playground is not good in that case. We're 2 food short? Really? Cattle goes to 7, sheep goes to 9, 1 food from traveling players. Because I get a food from Weedler, remember. I get a food from Weedler to pay for Barnmaster. Ray Krebs just did Reno, just did fence naturally. Yeah, Ray Krebs is going to Reno pottery. Ray Krebs is gonna Reno pottery, not Reno, not Reno whatever else it was gonna be. Well, that's fine. I mean, I could still take 2 stone and Reno fence. That's still fine. Yeah, Scholar's trying to figure out what's left. It might be correct for Scholar to fence. Oh no, fencing's not available anymore. I was going to say to set up another animal first round, but yeah, Scholar doesn't have much left to do. Should have held back a wood. Yep. No, you're right about that. That might have been correct to hold back a wood there, just to have the chance at that action. Yeah, Ray Cribs has got a lot of points. Well, and Stone Oven. And might even wheel 2 boar here because nobody else cares about the boar action. Could play the Basket Maker's Workshop here. Yeah. BMW and Children's Playground is roughly the same as the other sequence. Pretty sure jerryblr plays Borrowed Plow. It takes wood to play Borrowed Plow. I'm guessing. Maybe not. He does have Hay Rake. Maybe not. Oh, he's going to play Pump Plum Patch. Okay. Yeah, I did pass Pump Plum Patch. So 2 read is a 1-point move with the BMW. I could take wood and go on fishing and put a wood onto shipyard. I could have done that. I guess maybe I could have done that instead of take 3 wood and then children's playground, fishing, traveling players. Really running out of stuff to do. Really running out of stuff to do. 3 actions for 4 points. No, I think the BMW is fine because it's 2 actions for 3 points versus 3 actions for 4. No, that's not right. It would have been 1 more point. 2 actions for 4. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, it would have been 2 actions for 4 points. Why did I think that was not the case? I'm not sure why I thought that was the case. Bad math by me. Yeah. Yeah, it would have been better to 2 stone. I guess I was thinking BMW could be more points, but no. BMW is only 3 points here. Yeah. Oh well. Yeah, it would have been a 1 point difference. But I mean, I should go for as many points as I can, right? Last move is going to be nothing. Yeah, last move is yeah. Unfortunately, Ray Krebs got all 3 animal types this round, which is very good for Ray Krebs. Yeah, Ray Krebs is winning definitely. Is he beating me? Probably, since he's getting to a stone house. I guess probably beating me. I do have a better animal score. I have better crop score. There are places where I'm doing better than Ray Krebs, but fishing is a point. How is fishing a point? Oh, fishing. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. To make, I can fish for 1 point. I want to fish for a point. Yes, because I can breed my sheep yeah, breed my sheep. Yes, that's what I want to do. Yes. I can't play traveling players except for with my last action. Yeah, Ray Krebs playing organized handyman just for the point on tutor. And then I feed 6 food and a cattle. jerryblr's got watering can. Yeah, watering can's a nice one. He's playing it on start player. All right, so here's my final farm. 1 point from Shipyard, 2 points from Hedgemaster. So whatever I score plus 3. Very good score. It'll be a very good score. But I don't know if it's enough. 57? Okay, 57 is probably enough. I guess I'm just maxed in like every category. But Ray Krebs is playing a 9-point move here. So yeah, Ray Krebs is at 50 plus 3 plus some breeding. Yeah, it looks like I've got this one. Yeah, 50, 57. Yeah, I'm just maxed in every category. Or in a lot of categories. And my lowest scoring category is Boar at 2 points. Yeah. Weedler is the best. Love that little guy. Why don't I play Agricola on Tabletop Simulator? You know what? I've never actually used Tabletop Simulator, Cafe del Meeple, so it'd be something to look into. I'm not sure what the setup is like for Agricola on Tabletop Simulator. Been playing on this site since 2009, so it scratches my itch for Agricola content. And obviously there's a dedicated community where we make cards and stuff, so... The interface is much better, but the cards are worse. Yeah, it's probably... I imagine the cards are probably EIK. Weedler seems like an oft-bullied guy. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So 57 for me, 46 for jerryblr, 54 for Ray Krebs, 51 for Scholar. It's revised. The other thing is we have, like, Maruska has built some streaming tools for Twitch, which are really useful, which work on Play Agricola, but not on Tabletop Simulator. For example, you can click on any of the cards on screen, and it'll bring up the little thing, the little interface thing that shows how you that lets you read what it does exactly. Could have been 58. Yeah, you're right about that. Alright, yeah, good game. I'll do another one. I need to take a short break to send some emails. I probably should go grab some food, but maybe I'll wait until later. But otherwise, guys, thank you very much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed this little video. We'll take a short break and be back in a bit. Yeah, Scholar letting me build in 4 and then Family Growth flipping in 5, that was really, really good for me. That was so good for me.